It's been a long time. So I have aged since. We've had the pandemic, we've had all kinds of things. But I'm so grateful that you still remember some of those old songs of mine from the 80s and the 90s. It was a very special time for me. I wrote all these songs when I was in my mid-20s, you know. And I recorded all those songs in New York City. The first time I arrived in New York, it was amazing. It was like the best feeling I ever, you know. Back then, in the 80s, you flew on an airplane where people smoked cigarettes, like in the casino, you know. They smoked cigarettes and they wore a three-piece suit. That's what I did. I had a three-piece suit on for 21 hours from Johannesburg to JFK Airport. I didn't even take my jacket off. I didn't use the bathroom, you know. I mean, it was so amazing for me to land in New York City and see all these yellow cabs. And I had my envelope, and I had, you know, the record company gave me everything I needed to give to a cab driver. Find a yellow cab driver and give him the information. So I did just that. And the guy drove me to my destination on Lexington Avenue in New York. And they told me specifically, pay the meter, exactly what the meter said. So when he landed and dropped me off, I grabbed my bags and paid him exactly what was in the meter, you know. And then he looked at me for a while, and I looked at him for a while. We paused, and then he looked at me again. And I was like, I smiled, you know. And then he said something like this, "Your mama, man." And I thought, damn, what a great thing after 21 hours of flying, somebody saying something beautiful to my mother. So I said, thank you for asking, how was your mother, you know. That's coming to America like Eddie Murphy. It's good to be here, you know. So it's good to be with you guys. And all these songs, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing because I went on to open for Whitney Houston for 4 months when she was young. I Want to Dance with Somebody. And then I went on to play with Eric Clapton for 3 weeks, and the record, and Johnny Carson, and Solid Gold. And I never thought a little boy like me from South Africa, a little poor kid, a little poor boy that grew up poor, God would put on an American stage. So tonight I stand in front of you grateful what God has done in my life.